everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. My name is Katie Carson. I am the Duchess of Suds, and today we are making a Winnie the Pooh inspired soap for my son's 3rd birthday. Will loves everything Winnie the Pooh. He sleeps with a Winnie the Pooh stuffed animal. He loved the Winnie the Pooh Disney World ride. Like, it is his current obsession. That is what we are theming his birthday party. And it just fits so well, of course, into the Honey Sundae collection for multiple reasons. Winnie the Pooh loves honey. This is something my son is super interested in right now. It's so encapsulating of who he is. Now, as you can probably tell from the title, I have 3 different fans who sent in 3 different but very similar Winnie the Pooh designs, and I didn't see any of them until I had actually already designed a Winnie the Pooh soap. So after I made my design, I was like, you know what? I wonder if anyone else has done this character. And as you guys probably know, I have over 3,000 fan designs. So I did my best to look through all the ones I have here in person, but also all the ones digitally by searching for keywords. And I found 3 other people who had designed soaps very similar to mine. I'm gonna throw up on the screen right now the designs from Maria, Aria, and Sarah. And then I'll show you my soap design. These people are in different parts of the world. They've never talked to one another, and I've never seen their designs, and they certainly have never seen mine, and yet all 4 of us came up with a very similar concept. And I think that's worth sharing because you guys know how passionate I am about not accusing people of copying you. I did a whole thing about it on Instagram where I talk about how with all of the soap makers out there and all of the ideas flowing, it is physically impossible for every single soap maker to have seen every single other soap maker's design. And accusing other people of copying is not a way to encourage community over competition. It's impossible to prove. And honestly, it's just kind of a pointless thing. And I feel like this is just the perfect example of a concept, this time it's Winnie the Pooh, being interpreted very similarly by a ton of different people who literally had no idea the other people existed. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Don't go on a witch hunt. Y'all know that is something I never ever do. You will never see me call out another soap maker publicly. I am not about that. I am not sending that into Soapland. I am doing my best to create a space that tons of people feel encouraged to create in and aren't scared for their life every time they post a soap thinking, oh no, what if Katie comes after me because this looks similar to her design? Nah. So I am letting you know I am sending all 3 of these creators a bar of my Winnie the Pooh soap because even though I wasn't technically inspired by their designs, they look very similar to mine. I was able to find the designs. I appreciate them sending them in. And so each one of them is getting a bar of today's Winnie the Pooh soap. Well, that was a very long intro, but I hope some of y'all found it helpful. Even if you're not in the soap community, a lot of crafting communities have this same issue. So I hope my perspective was a breath of fresh air and equips you and empowers you to go out and just be kind to others and give them the benefit of the doubt. Create a loving community. It is so much more rewarding. I promise you that. And without further ado, let's make some Winnie the Pooh soap. Alright, so as you can see, I have warmed up my oils quite a bit more today. I just wanted to make sure that my batter would be nice and fluid so that we can get a straight line. I'm going to pour my lye water solution into my oil, and the recipe that I'm using today can be found in the description box below. Now, before I mix this up, I'm just letting y'all know, it is a simple soap, but the fragrance is so good, and really, it is character focused. Sometimes I am willing to take the complicated nature of a soap out if I think it does the character more justice. So let's blend on high until just past emulsion. Alrighty, we have everything in emulsion, so now I'm going to split my batch into 2 equal containers here. Scrapey, scrapey out my little containy. This soap is gonna be 2 layers. We're gonna have Pooh Bear's little yellow tummy and then his red shirt, and then on top we'll have his little furry ears. And in the middle, I'm gonna have a cocoa powder line in the same way that Winnie the Pooh was animated, with like kind of a watercolor look and then some heavy lines. You'll see. So first up, Winnie the Pooh's little tummy. So we have true yellow mixed with a little bit, just a little bit of tennis ball breaker from Mad Micah's. True yellow is from TKB. The fragrance that I'm using today is called Honey Bunny. It's from Nature's Garden. It kind of has a sweet, like kids shampoo smell with a little bit of oatmeal milk and honey. That's kind of how I would explain it. There's a little bit of a powdery note in there. It's pretty complex, and I would say the fragrance is a heavy lifter for the design, again, because of the simple nature of it. So paired with this kind of complex aroma and really just such a big homage to the character, I think we've kind of met a balance here. So let me go ahead and blend this in. Okay, now that this is blended in, we're going to pour it into our 2 brambleberry molds. Hey guys, a quick moment to talk about today's sponsor, HelloFresh. Listen, I'll level with you. HelloFresh has changed my life, okay? Listen, as a small business owner, as a mom of 2 children under the age of 4, and someone who's also trying to maintain private property, I can tell you, I've got my hands full. And sometimes the last thing I'm thinking about is how on earth I can get all those groceries in and come up with a recipe and have it all here on time. HelloFresh takes all the guesswork out of it. They send it straight to my door in a refrigerated box. Everything is the freshest materials, making the tastiest dinners. Listen, not a single complaint from me over here. HelloFresh has more 5-star reviews than any other meal kit, so you know you're getting something good. And again, take it from a mom with 2 toddlers right now. They're not always the easiest to please. They've never turned down anything I've given them from HelloFresh. They eat it up and often ask for seconds. HelloFresh is the can't beat value. Even at full price, it's pre-portioned ingredients, which means you don't waste money on food. Also, the packaging that HelloFresh uses to ship your food is already recycled content, so perks. Now for the good part, the coupon codes. All you have to do is go to HelloFresh.com and use the code RoyaltySoap16 to get 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. Once again, head on over to HelloFresh.com, use the code RoyaltySoap16 for 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Thank you so much to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, we will continue on our soap journey. One of my goals with this design was to create something that Will would recognize. I don't know if he'll entirely understand it, but he does have 2 little Winnie the Pooh stuffed animals that are very similar in color, obviously, so he might be able to guess it. I am going to scrape all of this soap into the mold. We won't be returning to this color in the base. Like I said, there's only 2 colors. Okay, now time to put on our cocoa powder line. Cocoa powder as a line on a soap is very, very dark. It's very reminiscent of activated charcoal, but unlike activated charcoal, it sticks between your layers much better. I find that activated charcoal typically has a grit that is just too dense. It's too coarse. And because of that, I have had plenty of bars that have cracked in half. That's why I don't use it very much anymore for mica lines or layers. And if it's your first time attempting a mica line, it is not something I would suggest. It's definitely an intermediate to an advanced material to use for that purpose. This fragrance, as it's sitting in the soap, is becoming even more complex. This is not even a custom blended scent. You can just go buy it right now if you want to. But it's my first time working with it, and it soaps like a dream and smells incredible. All right, that's looking pretty good for this soap. We can move along to this one. I think I might be keeping a couple of these these bars for Will's 3rd birthday. We are doing Winnie the Pooh, obviously. And the theme is Will is 3 and sweet as can be. So I have bought him a little shirt off of Etsy that has those words on it. We're gonna make like a little honeycomb tower out of donuts, like the little donut holes. I am actually going to make some custom honey bubble bath. I will be making a video of that just in case you're interested, showing you how I'm doing it. As party favors for the folks that come over, let's be honest, it's really just my family and all the family friends you guys already know about. I'm looking for a Winnie the Pooh bounce house because he really loved it last time we had a bounce house. I've already found some Winnie the Pooh plates. It's gonna be really, really fun. Before we move on, I am going to wipe some of this off just with a baby wipe so that as I pour the next layer, no cocoa powder accidentally falls into it. I'm also taking the time to wipe any little bits that may have splashed up onto the sides. Okay, looks awesome. Let me go ahead and mix up the top layer. All right, gonna go ahead and start pouring this red on gently. That yellow is set up pretty good underneath it, but you guys know how I am. I always err on the side of caution, especially when it comes to straight layered soaps. There is no reason at all to take a risk. A little tap here, a little tap there, and our soap top is looking really good. I'm really pleased. It really does smell fantastic. I'm gonna let this set up just a tiddly bit more, and then we'll come back and we'll put the soap frosting on. So using my round tip that comes in the Royalty Soaps Soap Frosting Club, I am going to pipe in a 3-2-1, and I'm going to pull the little points of the piping into the middle. So I'm actually going to go pretty quick. I just wanted this to look like a big fluffy teddy bear. That's why I didn't use a ribbed piping tip or a textured piping tip. I might even use a little trick down the middle just so that I can go even faster. This is something that both of my brothers used to do when they were making soap, and they're like, Katie, this is so much faster. Why don't you do this? And I was like, you know, it's just, I don't like the way it looks, that's why. And admittedly, you can't see it in the InDesign. In fact, their method may even look a little better than mine does, but I just can't stand looking at it while I'm creating the soap itself. I know y'all are all on pins and needles right now as to what I could possibly be talking about, but give me a second and I'll show you. And that's just to go all the way down the middle, just like this. Yeah. You guys, if y'all hear a dog barking in the background, my sincerest apologies. My dolly dog likes to bark at the cows. All right, layer number 2. This can also kind of look like a honeycomb. In fact, I just finished a cross stitch for my mom that looks very, very similar to this soap frosting. Can't wait for my little honey boy to see this soap. I know he's just gonna love it. He's very gentle with animals. He loves animals and he's very gentle with them. He likes reading books and like board games and stuff. He also likes to be outside, but he doesn't really like to get that dirty when he is outside. He loves cuddles. He loves looking up at the night sky. He's just a gentle old soul. It's been remarkable to be a parent of somebody so sweet. I really don't know what I did to deserve it. You could ask my mom. I was a handful and a half as a child, and then I just got this angel baby dropped into my lap. He and Lily are both just incredibly sweet kids. So it's absolutely no surprise to me as his mother that Winnie the Pooh is his favorite. Let's add some gold stardust on the top. Will loves glitter on soap as much as the rest of us. I'll just shimmer a little bit on here. Very fitting colors. We will keep the hollow at bay for this soap. I don't think it needs it. And now for the final touch, our little Pooh Bear ears. Now, I have it as a different color. I really was hoping that they would stand out and wouldn't blend in to this batch. I thought if I made it all the same color, it might not be readily apparent what they were. I think this is going to get the point across. It's the same type of yellow, just a little bit darker. These were made using the 1-inch round column mold that you can get at Wholesale Supplies Plus, Brambleberry, Amazon. They all have it with all of the typical column molds like the crescent moon and the heart. And then we just made little slices off of said column in the same way that we do our peppermints each year for the peppermint candy soap. This is so cute. I've turned my molds so that I can have even ears all the way down. And listen, I'm just so excited too for all the people that have like family history with Winnie the Pooh. It seems like new people that I meet all the time, they're like, Mom loved Winnie the Pooh, or they watched it with their grandparents. Like there just seems to be such family connections. All right, guys, the top is all ready. So I'm just gonna spritz it real quick with rubbing alcohol. It doesn't need it that much, but better safe than sorry. And that's basically it for this soap. I mean, we have to cut it and put the stamp on it, but our little simple Pooh Bear design, there he is in all of his glory. I'll bring you guys in for a close-up. And this is what it looks like up close. Oh, you guys, so cute. We'll wait 18 to 24 hours and then we'll come back. We'll cut this soap, we'll stamp it, and you guys can see the final design after this quick commercial break, of course. You guys, look at this yellow the next day. Do we see any fading? No, we do not. Which just goes to show how much it is truly helpful to have a little bit of neon in there. It really does just change the game. Just gonna press down gently with my cutter, Natasha. Pull one out from the middle, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So now you can see the cocoa powder line, and it really does do such a good job of separating these two. In the future, I will scrape off the top to make it a little more level because for some reason, I just feel like that's really helpful in this design. Often I don't really care, but for this one, I think we should go ahead and just make it fully straight. I love his little ears. And let me tell you, it smells so good. Such a warm, comforting smell. Definitely like something you would find in like a baby wash, but also mixed with, yeah, an oatmeal milk and honey, a honey almond, something like that. It's a great smell. I think my little buddy boy is really gonna love these. I can't wait to put the stamp on them. And the little bit of glitter on top is really just doing the most. All right, and now for our soap stamp. I am going to cover it in a little bit of gold. You can see I've been testing a few different colors here. I'm just gonna put a little bit on a clean surface. For today, I'm just gonna use my table. And then I tried to spread it relatively thin so that it won't clump up in the smaller parts of my stamp here because I do have some tiny little letters in there. Then I'm just gonna tap it all around, make sure I get any excess off, place it in the proper position on the bar, press down gently, wiggle it back and forth, pull up, and this is what it looks like stamped. So you can see it makes a big difference to have just that little bit of glitter. It makes the letters stand out a whole lot more. Here is our finished Winnie the Pooh bar. Let's do one more, just for fun. Right in the middle, press down, wiggle back and forth, and pull up. If you have any extra mica on the top, no big deal, especially from your little cocoa powder line. Any wet paper towel, wet rag, in this case I'm using a baby wipe, it'll work to clean it all up. It is finally time to show Will today's creation. Okay, Will, you can come on over. Yeah, you haven't been on the channel since you were a baby. He has his Winnie the Pooh shirt on. That's right. You saying hello to everybody. And I made you a soap today for your birthday. Do you want to see it? Okay, here you go. Does that look like, what does that look like?
My Pooh Bear soap.
It looks like a Pooh Bear soap. Do you like it?
And what's inside it?
It's soap to clean your body. Give it a smell. See what you think. What does it smell like?
I like honey.
Yeah, honey and oatmeal. Yeah, you like it? I'm so glad you like it. Okay, it's time to say goodbye to everybody. Can you say goodbye? You guys be sure to do something fun for yourself today, like spending time with a little munchkin in your life. Or maybe, I don't know, finding one of your childhood favorite characters and getting some merch.
Mama.
We don't really care what you do, just be sure you do something fun for you, and we will see you guys in the next video. So until then, bye for now. Yeah.